want to share something. I have not scrolled on Instagram since January. Hey friends, how are you doing? I hope you're doing great. I am having a normal work week, but I'm working from home. It's after 5, and I just want to have a quick check-in for this week and chat with you. I want to share something. I have not scrolled on Instagram since January, and today is 9th of April. Let me show you on my phone. How do I get the average for the whole month? I don't know how, but I can tell you on the week summary. Where is my on the last week of March, I've spent 3 seconds on the Instagram. I probably accidentally opened it and I realized I don't want to be on it. And then the week before, I did not jump on that app at all. And then the week before that, it was 7 minutes. So that's basically the trend in the last 3 months. And let me tell you that I feel great. Pat on my back. I did it. I didn't delete the app. I just stopped opening it. I learned that my attention was robbed by this app, and I used to spend about 6 to 8 hours a day on this app only. And at first I thought I just gonna limit the app during work week. I totally forgot about the app during work day. It worked amazing. During this span of 3 months, I know that I do open up the app without even realizing it. I think it's just muscle memory at that point of time, but I don't seem to want to do it. I don't even think about it, and I can tell you that I don't seem to miss it at all. And also, the point of me making this video is not to tell you that you have to delete social media, delete all these apps. Let's go 100% analog. But for me, I don't think that's making any sense. Never gonna be able to do my work if I go 100% analog. Deleting social media has now become a trend, which not a good thing. It wasn't just a trend when it first started. There is a reason behind this. The root cause of the problem is not the social media. It's not the app. Like everyone else, I have these dopamine addictions and I always want to look for the next hit. So I keep scrolling, I keep coming back to the screen. So the problem isn't the screen. The problem is me and my psychology and my state of mind. Here's what happened. I finished my decluttering project, the one that I've been meaning to do since we moved into this apartment. Home projects that actually didn't get done for so long. My frame project, wall gallery for the house, is still in progress, but we are making a lot of movement in that area of work. Separate discussion. But what I'm saying is that 90% of my home projects are actually moving to done. My sleeps are improved in the last 3 months. I'm not saying that everything has gone right with my health now, but I would say that not picking up your phone before bed instinctively, specifically after I wake up while making my coffee, has made a lot of differences in my life in the last 3 months. And this one is a big one for me. I have finished almost the entire Al-Quran in Ramadan. I almost never hit 50% of the book during Ramadan. In December, I started to read Al-Quran already. There's a group that I followed on WhatsApp that tell us and remind us to jumped into the book to read for about 10 to 20 pages a day. So a lot of times are dedicated for that, especially in Ramadan. I also journal more, and my mental health, I would say, noticeably better. There are days that women before period, you got your days, but I would say in general, I'm not rotting in doom scrolling anymore. I don't really care about what's happening on Instagram anymore. How do I do it is I asked these questions with myself when I was journaling to help me with this process. Essentially, I was just repurposing all the platforms and the apps that I have on my phone. From these questions, I realized that I actually use YouTube more like an encyclopedia, like a search engine. I use it to research or to watch just a handful of my comfort YouTubers. I don't subscribe to everything like I would do on Instagram. And I also create on YouTube. And for Facebook, I use it more like a phone book. I also use Facebook for a recipe. There's a nice and great recipe group in Facebook that I can rely on to get recipes for my meal prep and all that. I use Pinterest more like a visual inspo when I needed some idea to create art or to journal or to think about a wardrobe idea. I'm not feeling like I'm actually addicted to it. I don't spend 6 to 8 hours a day on Pinterest, even though I'm no longer on Instagram. I have a weird relationship with TikTok because at first I really hated it. I don't understand why it even exists because I was using Instagram. And then I started using it as a shopping platform, how I use other online shopping platform. And that was the only thing that I go on TikTok for. I do have like very little amount of people that I follow, probably just the similar content that I would subscribe on YouTube, but I don't really addicted to go into the feed and look for them or just keep on scrolling. And one of the reason I don't delete them is because my husband used it more like his office because he's a streamer and he used that platform to go live and play games. And it doesn't make any sense for me. If I'm going to delete that, I won't be able to support him online. Can see there's opportunity for me to use TikTok from other kinds of functions on it, but not necessarily creating a content or consuming. Twitter, I do have it still. I didn't delete it. I just don't remember when was the last time I was on that app. And Thread was created as a duplication to X for me, and I have it for about 2-3 months, and I left it for 6 months, and after that I just delete them. So Instagram is still a mystery to me that I actually spend 6 to 8 hours a day on that app without having a concrete reason why I need them, why I need to be on the app. Somehow I started to feel creative again when I stopped scrolling on Instagram. I don't know what is it with this app. Without it, I started to crave for actual things that I think I really love to do. So normally on days like this, on Thursday or Friday after work, I would journal out things that I want to do for the weekend. I would visualize and have a clear plan. Okay, what I want to do on Saturday, what do I want to feel on these days. Even if at the end of the exercise I actually just want to hang out with my husband, not doing anything, not cooking, not watching film or anything, just relaxing, or just want to sleep. One of the weekend in February I was really sick and I don't feel I want to do anything. That's fine too. But I don't want to do is to be on Instagram. So that's the rules that I set for myself. I eventually make use of the time for something that is more meaningful. Now, my morning coffee is no longer paired with Instagram, but is paired with morning pages, writing my diary, looking at my planner, and probably just picking up Paddington and looking at the window with him. Early this year, I did mention in one of my journal ecosystem video that I am adding one new journal, which is thinking journal. I call it thinking journal because I learned it from Rachel in Theory. I was testing this journal at work, and boy, I actually finished the whole notebook. I have this pocket-sized notebook that I bought when I was traveling for work and I needed something small. And when I came back from the trip, I don't know what I'm going to use that for anymore. Then when I was experimenting the thinking journal with that pocket-sized notebook, I did realize that it was working for me. I don't know whether it's the size or it's the concept, but I kind of like thinking journal. And I'm now starting a new journal, volume 2 thinking journal. I could say that this is a really great type of journal. If you need a space not to journal out your feelings, it's more about brainstorming or structuring your idea so that at the end of the exercise you want to come up with an outcome and action plan. I have a strong feeling that this journal is going to stay in my ecosystem forever, at least for now, but I don't think it's going away anytime soon. Now it's 5:30. Usually at this time around I will stop whatever that I'm doing and start preparing for dinner, and after that, if I have time, I would go for an early walk before I actually eat my dinner, and maybe I'll check in after that.
You always said we were the good ones. like an 18-minute thriller movie.
Are we ready for a walk?
I always knew you always meant it, but now we're standing on the bedside too.
Okay, you wanna go home?
Oh, I never meant to hurt you, but I hurt you, so sorry for that. Now you need space, I get it, like you said, it's alright.
Hey guys, it's few hours later. I had a good rest. I had a good evening. Went for a walk. Came back, took shower, rest some more after prayer, and then did some reading. I'm actually excited to pick up a book again, and this is the book that I've read this week. I'm giving it 4 stars. So this is a story about a wife that has disappeared, and the husband is being pressured and became the prime suspect. And we are trying to solve the mystery of what really actually happened to this beautiful wife. And I would say that it's a psychological game in the story. There's manipulations, there's emotional damage between this couple, and I don't understand why the ending is like that, because throughout the story it promises that there will be justice, there will be a way out to the victim, but it didn't. And next up, I am actually reading a mystery book. I think this falls into a cozy mystery, All Girls Behaving Badly by Kate Gelly. I never heard about this author before. I picked it up because I was trying to get Gone Girl book in the same order, and then I saw this book. I think the cover was cute, the summary was also cute. I needed something lighter than Gone Girl. So this story is about two strangers, two ladies in their 70s and 80s at a wedding, and they were trying to find a missing art. And so far so good. I am only 60 pages throughout the book, but it's quite thin, quite short, but it's very cozy so far. I love the characters. They are very, very beautiful character, very fun to read. I also make a lot of progress with my Little Woman. I've mentioned before that I've started Little Women, I think somewhere in December. Doesn't make any sense that I'm not making any progress. But thank you to the Gone Girl book. While reading that, in between the breaks of reading Gone Girl, I actually made this much progress. I'm actually at 354 pages out of 520 pages. I haven't read this book for I think 5 to 7 years, and I first read this book when I was 8 or 9. I pay more attention to Jo March character this time because I love the way she appreciates books, and I love her writing journey, her journey of being a writer and authoress. So that's what Laurie called her in the story, not as an author, but a female author that we call as authoress. And this is so far my week with the books, and I definitely going to start a new book soon, but I don't want to overwhelm myself with planning for more TBRs. I just want to focus with what I have, enjoy the moment, and pick up the next book when the time's come. So I think we are so back. Reading and me, we had a rough patch for a few months, but we are best friends again. And okay, there's a dog barking outside. I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you for watching. I see you in the next video. Bye.